Members of the Ohio State University community believe that diversity is an important institutional goal. We also recognize that unconscious biases influence behaviors even when people have the very best intentions. Even when they understand how important diversity is to the reasons we are here, enriching student learning and making breakthroughs in research. So what are these unconscious biases and how do they operate? Let's peel back a layer and look at schemas. We all, regardless of gender or race, perceive and treat people based on their race, gender, social group, etc. We have expectations, judgments, hypotheses, oftentimes unconscious, that influence how we see people. These are our schemas. An unconscious bias is at play when someone says relatively few qualified minority candidates are available, and these are highly sought after, so we're unlikely to recruit them. Schemas can lead us to faulty reasoning that is not supported by available data. There are, in fact, qualified minority candidates, and bias prevents them from being hired in the proportion available. Let's look at some examples of how schemas or biases limit applicant pools in recruitment and selection processes. When evaluating identical application packages, male and female university psychology professors preferred 2-to-1 to hire Brian over Karen as an assistant professor. When evaluating a more experienced record at the point of promotion to tenure, reservations were expressed 4 times more often when the name was female. Letters of recommendation are critical to securing jobs and securing promotion, and bias is prevalent. Letters for men tend to be longer and contain more references to the applicant's CV, publications, patients, and colleagues. The letters for women, on the other hand, are shorter and contain more references to personal life and more doubt raisers such as hedges, faint praise, and irrelevancies. Statements like these appear in letters. It's amazing how much she's accomplished. It appears her health is stable. She's close to my wife. One male instructor provided a guest lecture to 8 sections of a communication course. In half the lectures, he referred to my partner Jennifer. In the other half to my partner Jason. The straight instructor received 22% more positive comments than the gay instructor. The straight instructor received 81% fewer negative comments than the gay instructor. Applicants with names that are more likely to be perceived as African American had to send 15 resumes to get a callback, compared with 10 needed by applicants with white-sounding names. White names yield as many more callbacks as an additional 8 years of experience. Biases influence the rate at which the inventions of faculty women are commercialized and lead to startup companies. Male academics are much more likely than their female counterparts to start companies to exploit their inventions. In an experiment to see whether tech licensing officers in leading research universities favor the inventions of male inventors, identical invention proposals were sent out, half with a female name and half with a male name. Although the inventions were identical, the licensing officers were significantly more likely to dissuade the female inventor from starting a company. In a study in the American Journal of Sociology using identical applications, evaluators rated mothers as less competent and committed to paid work than women who were not mothers. Prospective employers called mothers back about half as often as those who are not mothers. Mothers were less likely to be recommended for hire, promotion, and management, and were offered lower starting salaries than women who were not mothers. Fathers were not disadvantaged in the hiring process. Fathers were seen as more committed to paid work and offered higher starting salaries than men who were not fathers. So how can we chip away at pervasive schemas and achieve a diverse faculty of outstanding scholars and teachers who represent different genders, cultures, races, ethnicities, backgrounds, and work and life experiences? Biases hide in plain sight. They are prevalent and appear in our everyday interactions and decisions. This video presentation was the first step in building your awareness of unconscious biases. Be mindful of them as you serve on selection and promotion and tenure committees, write letters of support, interact with your colleagues and students, and serve the university in all the many ways that you do.